Whoa, okay. Like, did you ever just kind of float out of the news cycle for a second? This week, it felt less like reading headlines and more like, I don't know, dissolving into this giant, swirling, cosmic truth bomb. My brain is still kind of buzzing from it all.
It really has been a remarkable week.
Yeah.
Just filled with these threads that once you pull them, they just keep unraveling into something truly, well, profound.
Profound is right. So today we're diving deep, deep into the rabbit hole. We're talking Peter Thiel and Palmer Luckey, those dudes who seem to be channeling their inner Middle-earth architects.
Right.
And what their latest Tolkien-inspired move really means for, like, everything. Then we're going to peek behind the curtain at Meta's AI civil war, basically.
Yeah, it's quite something.
And maybe even find some unexpected connections to how we're all, living right now.
Yes. This deep dive is really designed to unravel those core insights. Our sources are, well, they're a wild mix. You've got official financial reports, sharp news analyses, and of course the absolute unfiltered genius and chaos of social media.
The digital scrolls.
Exactly. We're here to unpack these digital scrolls, see what cosmic truths emerge, and just try to make sense of the beautiful, bizarre chaos of our current reality.
So get ready for a mind meld, everyone. This is your shortcut to being insanely well-informed without your brain turning into, like, a bowl of mush. Prepare for those aha moments where the universe just winks at you. All right, let's ease into this, because the first big piece of news, it's really something else. Peter Thiel, Palmer Luckey, with Joe Lonsdale backing them, they just dropped a new crypto-focused bank called Erebor.
Erebor.
Yeah, Erebor. Yeah. The lonely mountain. You can practically hear smog breathing, can't you? Like, what even is this thing?
Well, on the surface, it's quite specific. It's really designed to fill that void left by Silicon Valley Bank's collapse back in 2023.
Ah, right, SVB.
Exactly. And they're specifically targeting those, let's say, riskier sectors, the ones traditional banks often, shy away from.
Like what?
Crypto, obviously, but also AI, defense, cutting-edge manufacturing startups. Think of it as a bank for the digital frontier, maybe, for the projects other financial institutions probably wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
So if you're building, like, an AI-powered sentient toaster that runs on decentralized energy credits, this is your bank. Got it.
Pretty much.
And get this, it's a digital-only model. Its headquarters are in Columbus, Ohio, which is kind of wild in itself. And they've got an office in New York. They've got two co-CEOs, Jacob Hirschman and Owen Rappaport, but apparently Luckey and Lonsdale aren't touching the day-to-day operations.
Right.
The big names are just hovering, I guess, like distant wizards overseeing their realm.
That's a good way to put it. And their stated ambition, it's bold, to be the most regulated entity conducting and facilitating stablecoin transactions.
Okay, wait. Stablecoins.
Yeah, for those perhaps less immersed in the cryptocurrency, stablecoins are those digital currencies designed to maintain a stable value, usually because they're pegged to something like the US dollar.
Right.
But the very idea of being the most regulated in that space, especially given, historical links between certain stablecoin activities and illicit finance, it's a bold claim.
Yeah.
And maybe a little contradictory.
Right. The most regulated. It's like saying you're going to build the most organized chaos, a perfectly manicured mosh pit.
Exactly.
But then you hit the real cosmic brain bender here. Yeah. The Tolkien thing, this isn't their first trip to Middle-earth for company names, is it? What is that all about?
No, it's absolutely a long-standing pattern, a very distinct one. Thiel's Palantir.
The Seeing Stones.
Named after the Seeing Stones of Omniscience, exactly. Luckey's Anduril.
Aragorn's sword. Hero stuff.
Aragorn's reforged sword of heroism, yes.
Yeah.
And now Erebor, the Lonely Mountain, Smaug's treasure hoard. It seems like it's more than just branding. It feels like a profound projection of self-perception.
How so?
Well, these aren't just names picked out of a hat, right?
Yeah.
They feel like narrative anchors for how they view themselves and their mission in the world.
So like Jungian archetypes on steroids, basically.
You could definitely read it that way.
Thiel, with Palantir, he's totally the wise old man. Maybe Gandalf, maybe Saruman, peering into the future of surveillance, wielding knowledge and control.
The power of information.
And then Luckey, with Anduril, he's the warrior king, Aragorn, off crusading to save Western civilization with military tech. It's this whole epic they're writing themselves into, isn't it?
It certainly looks that way. And the addition of Erebor is particularly telling, I think. If Palantir is about vision and Anduril about battle, Erebor, this lonely mountain filled with a dragon's horde, it represents something else entirely.
Like what? Greed.
It's almost as if it symbolizes a collective shadow, maybe. a subconscious acknowledgement of the sheer acquisitive drive at the heart of their crypto venture.
Wow.
It's like the unacknowledged greed, Smog's lust for gold, now just transformed into digital wealth. This deep identification with these, well, mythological narratives, it reveals a powerful drive to cast themselves as central figures in these grand historical struggles. It seems to shape their business strategies, their public perception.
They actually see themselves as protagonists.
It seems plausible, battling orcs, their competitors, and perhaps even imps.
The regulators. Slow, immovable.
Exactly. The slow, immovable forces of regulation.
Wow, the Ents as regulators, that's next level. So are they like subconsciously admitting they want all the shiny things? And is this some kind of deep Freudian overcompensation thing?
It's possible.
Like, are they maybe low-key insecure about their tech dominance and they just need to cosplay as fantasy heroes to feel powerful? Because naming a crypto bank Erebor, I mean, a place that literally led to ruin and avarice in Tolkien's lore, that's some dark irony right there.
It is, isn't it? It's a profound irony, almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy just waiting to happen.
Seriously.
It really suggests a subconscious awareness, perhaps, of the immense risks involved. But it's masked by this cheeky, almost playful homage. It's like they're winking at the very idea of catastrophe. The audacity is just remarkable.
And of course, the internet is having a total field day with this. The roasts. Absolutely legendary.
Oh, I bet.
I saw one comparing Thiel and Luckey to Sauron and Joe Dirt. Like, you can't even make that up. It's so perfectly absurd.
That's wow. There was also the immediate, honey, new LOTR portfolio dropped kind of reaction.
Golly.
People are already trying to figure out if this is the next big bet, almost like a cynical inside joke about where the next wave of fortunes or misfortunes will be made.
Oh, and the one that said Erebor sounds suspiciously like robbery backwards. That would hit different, you know? Like, is it a Freudian slip in reverse? Or just the universe laughing at us?
It certainly highlights a significant public cynicism, a deep skepticism,
Yeah.
as does that sentiment, and this is how founders get mortgages, yay.
Yeah.
It really speaks to a broader frustration, I think, with perceived inequality and the ease with which certain tech figures seem to navigate financial systems and accumulate wealth.
For real. And then the truly chef's kiss level commentary. The entire point of crypto was supposed to be that you didn't need a bank.
Oh, the irony.
The irony is just chef's kiss. It's almost too perfect.
Precisely. It really underscores that perceived contradiction. A bank for a system that was, in theory, supposed to disintermediate banks entirely.
Totally undermines the whole titch.
And inevitably, you also get the darker corners of the internet piping up with calls for drones to bomb the guy that rugged me on a shitcoin, meaning, defrauded them on some worthless cryptocurrency.
Oof. Yeah.
It's just a raw reflection of the digital frontier's often untamed nature and the very real human pain that can be involved.
So a bank for risky stuff named after a doomed treasure hoard, launched by guys cosplaying LOTR, aiming to regulate the unregulated.
This combination of factors, for many observers, it's seen as a recipe for disaster, mixing traditional banking structures with volatile crypto assets.
What could possibly go wrong?
And then you layer on the political affiliations of backers like Lonsdale, who's a major donor to Donald Trump's 2020 campaign. It just raises more concerns about the blurring lines between tech elite influence, finance, and political power.
Absolutely. What could possibly go wrong? Speaking of things going wrong, and the peculiar ways powerful people operate, there's an equally compelling, almost philosophical drama unfolding right at the heart of AI development.
Yes.
It's like a corporate civil war, but the weapons are lines of code, and the battleground is the very nature of intelligence itself. Let's turn our gaze to Meta.
Indeed. It's fascinating. Mark Zuckerberg is pushing very aggressively for superintelligence. He's betting billions, creating this new division, Meta Superintelligence Labs.
Superintelligence Labs. Sounds epic.
And he's signaling this as the beginning of a new era for humanity. Essentially, he's going for God-level AI, no less. That seems to be the goal.
Yeah, Zuck's all in. But then you have Jan LeCun, right? Meta's chief AI scientist.
The respected voice, yes.
And he's out there publicly arguing that current approachers, like the ones they're using now, can't even achieve animal-level intelligence, let alone this godlike AI his boss is promising.
It's a significant public philosophical divide, right at the highest levels of the company.
It's wild.
It really is. It's almost as if they're operating from fundamentally different theories of mind, or at least timelines. And this philosophical split, it seems to extend to their core AI strategy too.
How so?
Well, LeCun has consistently advocated for open source AI. He calls it essential for diversity and democracy. He's even praised Zuckerberg's commitment to it in the past.
Okay.
Yet, Zuckerberg's big superintelligence memo makes no mention of open source. None at all. And there have even been internal discussions, reportedly, about potentially de-investing in Meta's own open source llama model.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah, so this tension suggests a real internal debate over whether collaboration or hyper-competition is the right path to truly advanced AI. It feels like a strategic divergence.
That's wild. Is open just like a mood Meta was having for a bit? Because then you hear about Zuckerberg's frustration when the llama models underperformed.
Right.
And he apparently discovered manipulated benchmarks. Someone was fudging the numbers. You know he was not happy about that.
I imagine not.
And the ultimate cosmic irony. A Chinese startup, DeepSeek, actually out-innovated Meta using Meta's own open-source llama foundation.
Ouch.
They basically built better on Meta's homework. Talk about a slap in the face.
It's a really stark illustration of the double-edged sword of open sourcing powerful technology, isn't it?
Yeah, no kidding.
And Zuckerberg's response has apparently been aggressive. Reports say he's personally reaching out to over 45 OpenAI researchers.
I told Shang.
Offering staggering compensation, potentially up to $100 million in some cases. He's clearly determined to acquire top talent by any means necessary, it seems, even if it means raiding competitors.
Playing hardball. So where does that leave Luckey? He's like walking this tightrope.
It seems that way.
On social media, he's all, oh, I'm scientific leadership, not operations, while still kind of nodding to artificial superintelligence as like a long-term goal. He's playing it cool, but you can feel the cosmic tension there.
Precisely. He's navigating a really complex landscape, trying to maintain his scientific integrity and his vision while his CEO pursues this different, more immediate, and extremely high-stakes path.
So Meta's just doing both.
Effectively, yeah. They seem to be running both playbooks simultaneously. One for rapid high-stakes breakthroughs, hoping something big hits, and the other for scientific credibility and long-term research, maybe as a backup.
Oh.
The question really is, can they truly build the future of intelligence when their top minds seem to be on fundamentally different pages about how to get there, or maybe even what that intelligence should ultimately look like?
That is, yeah, that's a big question. What a ride today. We've gone from tech billionaires cosplaying as Tolkien heroes and building like banks for dragon hordes to the mind-bending internal struggles at Meta over the very nature of AI itself. And how all that big picture stuff connects down to the hidden costs of our daily data. It's all so deeply interconnected, isn't it? The patterns are just like everywhere once you start looking.
It truly is. All these threads weave together. And as we witness these modern titans name their ventures after ancient lore, battle over the soul of artificial intelligence, inadvertently reshape our digital and physical realities. Maybe the real deep dive isn't just about them. Maybe it's into ourselves.
Whoa, right?
What treasures are we hoarding, consciously or not? What narratives are we living by? And what kind of Middle Earth are we inadvertently building right now in this bizarre, beautiful digital age? And, you know, at what cosmic price?
Yeah, it's a lot to chew on, I know.
Yeah.
So as you go about your day, just stay curious, stay questioning, look beyond the surface, because the magic and maybe the madness is always there, waiting to be unpeeled. And maybe, just maybe, you'll see a dragon hiding in plain sight.